It was supposed to be an introduction.
It's Sha'Carri Richardson.
The fastest woman in the United States, 21-year-old Sha'Carri Richardson.
Here comes Sha'Carri! Richardson's going to Tokyo!
Scorching her competition in the Olympic trial finals. A sure bet to join the U.S. Olympic team in Tokyo this year, it was her flair, energy, and mind-blowing performances at the trials that won the hearts of Americans across the country.
I am an Olympian. A dream since I've been young.
The Tokyo Olympics slated to start just this month, with Richardson ready to be one of the newest faces of Team USA. But all that came to a screeching halt.
The U.S. Olympic track star Sha'Carri Richardson suspended for a month after testing positive for marijuana.
87.
The track star's road to Olympic glory completely upended after testing positive for marijuana. The World Anti-Doping Agency is sidelining Richardson for 30 days, voiding her trial times and making it so she could not compete in the Olympics. This weekend, Richardson tweeting, "I'm sorry, I can't be all Olympic champ this year, but I promise I'll be your world champ next year." Richardson revealing on NBC she'd smoked the substance to help cope with her mother's passing.
Don't judge me because I am human. I'm you. I just happen to run a little faster.
While the WADA suspension gave way for the possibility of Richardson at least being able to compete in the 4x100 relay, USATF recently announcing that Richardson would not be able to compete there either, citing their sympathies and understanding for Richardson's situation, but highlighting that they must maintain fairness for all the athletes. The suspension igniting an outpouring of support for the young star. Athletes from all sports exclaiming to let Richardson run, while others said the penalty was fair.
Look, the rules are the rules, and everybody knows that the rules were going in. Whether they should remain that should remain the rules, a different issue. But the rules are the rules, and I was really proud of it.
It's the latest debate in a nation where attitudes around marijuana use are drastically shifting, with 91% of Americans saying marijuana should be legal for medicinal or recreational use. Now it seems the American public is at odds with international standards of competition, and everyone seems to be taking sides. Even Democratic reps AOC and Jamie Raskin sending a letter asking USADA to reconsider the ban. Now, as America's fastest woman remains benched ahead of the world's biggest competition, the public is left wondering how in 2021, cannabis use could still crush somebody's dreams.
Cannabis does not pose a risk to public health. The CDC has determined that 80,000 Americans die every year from alcoholism. Not one American has ever died from cannabis. Yet, WADA and the Olympic Anti-Doping Committee has no problem with athletes using alcohol.
Richardson used marijuana in Oregon, where the drug is legal, one of at least 18 states to have fully legalized cannabis. And activists like Stephen Hawkins of the Marijuana Policy Project argue the substance is not performance-enhancing, and the rules prohibiting it are outdated.
People do not see cannabis as a performance-enhancing drug, which is the reason for her suspension, or one of the purported reasons. We are in a country now where almost 40% of the states have legalized cannabis, compared to the time when the World Anti-Doping laws were first written around cannabis, which at that point, not one state had legalized. So the World Anti-Doping Authority, the U.S. Anti-Doping Authority, their view on cannabis is moralistic, it's anachronistic, and it needs to change.
For Richardson, it's a catastrophic downfall after such a meteoric rise. Known for her flair, those nails and orange hair, that's got her running on fire.
Good reaction by Sha'Carri Richardson.
The 21-year-old from Dallas, who is known for breaking national records while a freshman at LSU.
Wins the front end of the double.
Eventually dubbed herself that girl, will have her dreams deferred as a result of marijuana, forcing her to wait 3 more years before another shot at gold. Richardson is one of 4 elite American runners missing the games due to drug violations. But activists are hopeful she'll be one of the last athletes to suffer the consequences of her cannabis use, and possibly the start of a sea change around marijuana use in athletics.
My sense is the Sha'Carri Richardson story is that watershed moment that may take the marijuana and pot off the ban list eventually. But I think one important point throughout this whole thing is that we need to keep in mind that this is not a US decision. This is a world anti-doping decision. It's a worldwide decision, and there's a lot of disparity about whether marijuana should be allowed or not.
When we look at professional sports, we have seen the NFL change its policy. We've seen the National Basketball Association take a very different view. So the Olympic Committee is stuck in the past.
Either way, Sha'Carri Richardson isn't passing the blame to anyone else, accepting the responsibility for her actions. And while she'll continue to cheer on her teammates in Tokyo this August, experts seem confident that this is just the beginning for her.
The structure of our Olympic programs around the world, I think they need to be much more understanding of the pressures of the athletes, especially in the 21st century. It's so different from what it was 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. And I think that these organizations need to change with the times so that we don't lose the Sha'Carri Richardsons in the shuffle, but instead can celebrate them and put them on the pedestal where they belong.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.